Hello. We're going to be doing an actual reading here. I thought it'd be good to go through a complete reading and showing how I would go about doing it. I've done some readings in the past, but they've been more skimmed over a lot, just to show you the basics of how cards can mean certain things and positions of the card spread. So I thought I would do an actual full-scale reading here. So that's what we're doing here today. I'm going to be doing the Celtic Cross, and I'm going to be using the Tarot Marseille, so you don't get too much more traditional than that. The way I do a Celtic Cross is covered in both of my books, Genius of the Tarot, A Guide to Divination with the Tarot, and The Essential Tarot, Unlocking the Mystery. I have, I think it's 3 card spreads in each of these 2 books. And but the Celtic Cross is in both of them. The other 2 spreads are different in each of these 2 books. One of them, or 2 of them, are actually spreads you won't find anywhere else again. They're out of circulation. The 4 Winds out of Genius, and the 6-card Force in the Essential. The 6-card Force, the Celtic Cross, and the Gypsy spread are in the Essential, and the 4 Winds, the Celtic Cross, and I believe it's just the 3-card spread are in the Genius of the Tarot. I have about 60 pages on each book going over these spreads in step-by-step fashion in great detail with illustrations and showing exactly where cards are placed and what they mean on each step of the reading, with sample readings as well. So if you're looking for books with detail on how to do the card spread, both of these books cover them very well. My other book, Straight Tarot, I have 3 books out, those 2 books, and I have Straight Tarot. Just wanted to bring this up because if you buy Straight Tarot, you're not going to learn anything about tarot cards. You're just going to learn, as Straight Tarot, how to survive as a tarot reader. This book will show you how to make money as a card reader. And that's the purpose of that book. So, just wanted to go over that with you. But anyway, this is going to be, like I said, it's a Celtic Cross, the way I do it, using the Tarot Marseille, and all you got to do is watch. So we should have a good time with this. And again, this is going to be a reading. It's going to be covering basic, or it's going to be covering a general goal you're looking to accomplish right now. So this might be something that you can relate to and identify with as far as an actual reading for you as well. There might be some suggestions in there that you can look at as new ideas on something you're trying to accomplish. We're all trying to accomplish something, so this reading might actually have some value to you. If it does, I hope it works. So anyway, that's it, and let's get started. The Celtic Cross. First thing I do is I only shuffle my cards. I don't have the client shuffle them. I shuffle them. But I do have the client cut the cards. So, after they're shuffled, I have the client cut them into 3 packs. And then we look into their question. Now, with this situation, what we're talking about is It's going to be a general it's going to be a reading on seeing how we're going to be able to accomplish some goal that we're all trying to accomplish. I think we're all trying to accomplish something. So this is going to be a reading to see how we're going to accomplish the goal we're looking to accomplish. This way, something everybody can identify with. And what I do is I turn over the top card of each pack, and I see what is the most significant card that would be appropriate for the question we're looking into. Now I have the Ace of Cups, King of Swords, and Six of Wands. Every card could be identified with a question we're looking into, but it's just a matter of how you want to look at it. So here we have overcoming obstacles, taking on challenges. Here we have seeking knowledge with the King, and here we have a new beginning, new start with the Ace of Cups. So yeah, we will be taking on challenges with our goal. We will be seeking out information in this goal, and the goal is a new situation. So again, they can all be used with this. Again, I like keywords, and that's why I think keywords fit nicely with anything we're looking into. I'm going to go with the Six of Wands, just because of the fact that the Ace is just too easy, and the King would be easy as well. Knowledge, but the Six of Wands is something I think will show us we're trying to overcome obstacles, taking on challenges. So we'll put the Six of Wands down as the first card. Justice for the second card. This is our question. How we're trying to balance things, take on obstacles, take on challenges in a fair way that's agreeable with everybody with the Justice card. Here we have in the top, number 3 position, the Three of Pentacles. And this is what we're currently doing right now, the actions we're taking to achieve what we're trying to achieve for the immediate future. First things first type of stuff with the Fool card. What we're trying to achieve in the short term right now. Immediate goals we're trying to accomplish in this long-term goal we're looking to achieve. 3s are creative. We're looking for ideas. We're trying new situations, things we haven't done before, to start this to start the ball rolling here and get on our journey here with this new situation with the Fool card. What you have going for you is the Five of Wands here. Five of Wands is change. Fives are change for me. And I see this is an asset position. This is a position that shows something we could look for as far as an advantage. And we're in a good position to make changes right now. Sometimes people are stuck and they can't really do a lot. There's a lot of limitations on what they can do. But what I'm seeing here is what you have going for you as an advantage is you can make changes right now. Immediate future, here's an opportunity. This isn't an immediate future, this is an opportunity coming in the near future. And I got Death card here. Death is major transformations, and that's what we're looking for. So we're able to make changes, and I see big changes happening in the near future with the Death card. Number 7 position, Nine of Cups. What's your perception of your own question is the Nine of Cups. And I see the Nine of Cups is attainment. This is how you perceive your question. You really do feel you can attain what you're looking to do here. So you have a lot of confidence with it. The timing position, Two of Cups. Two of Cups is choice. Now's the time to make choices. So the timing looks good to make this move you're looking to do. Sometimes timing can go against us. But I see this particular time in your favor. It is a time to make these big choices, big decisions. The time is now. Your purpose with the Queen of Wands is your purpose, the big picture. Here we're going through small time changes. Things immediately have to change. But our big picture here is the purpose is the Queen of Wands. Queens stand for a clearer understanding, having patience with all sides of a situation. Wands are spirit. So I do see your goal, the big picture, why you want this in your life, as something that's very significant. Sometimes we don't really know what we want until we get it, and then we realize we don't really want this. This looks pretty sound. It looks like your judgment is very good on what you're trying to achieve, and it's really coming from the spirit, from your very soul of what you want. Lastly, we have the Chariot card. Chariot's advancing forward, success, confidence, moving quickly. Things should start falling into place very nicely for you with the Chariot card. We have to take advantage of these opportunities of major shifts we can see coming in the near future. When these come around, we have to be able to take advantage of them. And seeing you have the ability to act and to make changes, when these come around, you should be able to do just fine with it. The goals you're trying to do right now, maybe not too much thought has been put into those as far as what you're trying to accomplish, as far as short-term, immediate actions that you feel should be taken care of, like first things first type of thing. Take a clearer look at that. You got a good imagination with possibilities of what could be done, but I don't see any clear vision as far as where you think that's going to end up, other than making changes. What you have going for you is a real truth behind the big picture here of what you want. Sixes, overcoming obstacles, taking on challenges in ways that it's fair for everyone with the Justice card. That's a good thing to try to accomplish here. You want things to be done right, but you want them to be fair for everybody. If you don't feel you're being treated fairly, this could also mean you want things done right, but you want to be treated fairly, and you don't feel you are being treated fairly right now. That could be an obstacle. But the way you see your situation is that you do deserve what you're looking for. And as long as it's not harming anybody else, there's no reason why you shouldn't have what you're looking for. Sometimes making choices can be very difficult. But you have this going for you, as like I said earlier, the advantage of you can make these changes. And this here, this Death card, I see as a very good thing, because I see the changes you want to make could be very, very major and very significant as far as the goal you're looking into. This could make some major alterations or adjustments in your life in ways that you probably really feel are the best thing for you. Queen of Wands, Nine of Cups. Good perception of your question. Your ultimate goal is a very good one. And I see real good progress here with the Chariot. What I like about that is if you do make these changes, I see encouraging signs of things going the way you want them to go, happening quickly for you. Lots of times people are blocked in this position, is a lot of this is out of their control. What you really have going for you here is if you take the initiative and take control of the things you can work on, you'll find you can really put a dent into this goal of yours and really get the things moving quickly, or very well. You have this going for you. You also have the timing going for you. The time is right to make these changes. Again, your perception of what you want, Nine of Cups, attaining something that you really care about with the Nine of Cups, something that you really feel is important, is you have a good, clear perception of your own question of the things you're looking to try to do. So this looks very good for you. Look for opportunities to make major, big changes coming in the near future. I'm going to say by the end of the year. This is usually a 3-month period to me, depending on the question though. The question lots of times can show a different time frame. But seeing this is a general reading, I'm going to say by the end of the year. This is 3.5 months away. So that can happen. Numbers 1 and 2 position and 7 position, to me, work together very well. It's the question itself, these two cards, and your own perception of your question. Lots of times there's illusion that has to be looked over, or lots of times you could look at your question and maybe rephrase it in some way that makes more sense or makes things clearer. So these three cards working together, it works out very nicely as far as what is the real question. What is the question? How do you see it? Numbers 3, 4, and 9 position work very nicely together too. What you're going through at this particular time to achieve number 4. Number 9 position is ultimately what you want in the big picture, the real purpose of this. So looking for new ideas, not knowing exactly where you're headed with this. You know you want to make some big changes. You know you want to get things moving. And you might be taking actions in ways that you don't really know where you're going right now. It might be a good idea to keep an open mind about these creative ideas you have with the 3 of Pentacles, but take a good look at things before you actually make moves. Sometimes it's good to sit on them for a day or so and then take action. So any ideas you're having, I would not do them the same day. I would give them 3 days, 2 or 3 days before you actually make that change or make that phone call or make that decision on these short-term immediate goals that you think are very urgent to do. Sometimes urgency, you make that call right now, and then an hour later you look and say, I wonder if I should have did that. So giving it some careful thought with the Fool card. The Fool card can be very impulsive and just shooting from the hip, not thinking about consequences. And again, keeping in mind justice. We want to make sure we're thinking what's fair for you, but what's also fair for others. So 3, 4, and 9 work together as well as far as why do you want this in your life. 1 and 2 and 7 work as what is this you're looking into. 3, 4, and 9 work as why do you want this in your life. Why? So why is the big question there. Next, looking into how. Numbers 5, 6, and 10. How are we going to achieve this goal? Well, something you have going for you is the ability to make changes. Nothing's holding you back here with the 5 of Wands. You may feel things are holding you back, but if you really look at them, you can go ahead and make these moves. 6 position, the Death card shows if you start taking the ball, taking initiative, you'll see opportunities for big changes. Maybe things will be approached to you, ideas to make changes. Maybe they just come to you and say, you know what? Heck with it, I'm going to do it. Significant moves could happen that would really change things around in your life. And as you move forward with this, swiftly and successfully, things would fall into place with the Chariot card. That's how are we going to act on this. 5, 6, and 10 is how, the question of how. How are we going to achieve this goal? You're going to achieve this goal by taking action and keeping an eye open for Not small changes, but big changes. It might just be one big change, but something that's all it's going to take is one big one. And if you move in that direction, you're going to see right away it pays off. And lastly, we have when. Number 8 position, the timing. When do we act on this? 2 of Cups is choice. 2s are choice to me. If you want to look at the cups, you could say choices based on what I feel. So it's time to make choices. That means the timing is good for this. So timing's in your corner. Time is right now. Now, if you have a goal you're looking to try to do, take a look and to see, can you make these changes yourself? Can you, without bothering anybody else? If you don't feel you can, take another look at that. Maybe you feel things are holding you back, but if you really look at them, maybe you can get around that. Free this up. So we can look at this as not only you have the ability to make changes because of as an asset of how, of this asset position, asset of the number 5 position. You can make changes, but the thing is, maybe if you don't, it could be looked at as how can I go about putting myself in a way to make changes? How can I limit or free up limitations on myself, or things where I think in other people's control, put them in my control? And if you do take initiative, take them on big opportunities, not small things. Here's the small stuff. But I see a big opportunity here to make a major change. This could be one significant thing. And once you do that, I see encouraging outcomes right away on this. So I see it moving quickly once you start the ball rolling. This here can be overwhelming sometimes. Nobody likes change. And if you look at other decks, the 5s usually show disturbing images. Change is disruption. Though we have a tendency to procrastinate with change. We don't want to do it, even though we can. Even if it would ruffle some feathers, we could still do it. We don't want to do that. But if you did it, the Death card shows major moves. And the Chariot card shows no regrets about this at all. I don't see you looking back, just moving forward. So yes, looking for new ideas. We're creative with the 3 of Pentacles. The things you're thinking about doing, the actions you're taking right now. Usually if you're getting creative, it's because it's a desperation of rational thinking isn't getting me anywhere, so I got to use my imagination now, coming up with different ideas. And that might explain the Fool card here, as far as, yeah, I'm moving, but I'm not too sure where I'm going. But I am moving. Things are moving. And I know it's in the right direction. Again, this is a weakness. Might be good lucky, maybe there's no problems at all. But I would be careful here as far as impulse. Don't be too quick to make a change. I would give it 3. So you get an idea, give it 3 days, then make that change or make that move. Think about, is it really what I want as far as the big picture of things here? Things look good though. The timing is good. You can make these moves. One big one in particular. Be cautious on impulse. Give it a little time. Think about it before you act. Quickly, you'll see encouraging results if you move forward. Any resistance you have about the things you deserve to have in ways that are fair for everybody with the Justice card. These obstacles you have with the Six of Wands, these challenges you have that you're trying to overcome to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish, can be definitely taken care of. You have a good input, you have a good insight on your goal with the Nine of Cups. Cups again, heart. One thing you got going for you is you really do love this situation that you're trying to achieve. It's really in your heart. That makes perseverance easy. So a Celtic Cross, the way I do it, and I hope you like this, and I hope if you find this reading was for you, that's great. If otherwise, it was really just to do a reading to show you how I do a Celtic Cross in completion. So this would have been a completed reading. I'm going to do another one of these with another deck. I'll probably do it with the Rider deck. But I did want to start off doing it with a very traditional Marseille deck. So that's the deck I use professionally for the most part. And the Celtic Cross is the spread I throw as well. So I hope you like this. And we'll talk soon. Good luck on your changes.